Considering moving across the country? Looking for a new place to live? Today I'd like to talk about what it costs to live in Waco, Texas compared to the rest of the United States and the state of Texas right after this. Hello, I'm Anthony George of RE/MAX Syntax here in Waco, Texas. Each week I put together content related to Waco and real estate. If you like this content, please consider clicking the subscribe button and the little bell. That way you can be notified each Monday as I put out new content. Today, I want to tackle what it costs to live here in Waco, Texas and McLennan County compared to the rest of the United States. According to the website bestplaces.net, Waco sits at a number of 77 compared to the rest of the United States. Waco is also 18% cheaper than the average in the state of Texas. What goes into these numbers? How are they derived? Well, let's go over a few key points to every family's budget and how Waco compares. Number one, our grocery bills here in Waco are 7.5 times less than the national average. Some of this is based on our proximity to the Rio Grande Valley here in Texas, where a lot of vegetables are grown, a lot of produce comes up out of Mexico. That factors into it as well. We have a very great, in my opinion, grocery chain of HEB that supplies most of Texas, and they are very good at putting out weekly deals. We also have an Aldi, Walmart, and Brookshire Brothers to meet your grocery needs. Healthcare in Waco. Healthcare in Waco is 9% less than the national average. Waco is home to 2 hospitals, Baylor Scott & White and Providence. We are also within 100 miles of Austin and Dallas if you should need more advanced medical needs, and 3 hours to 3.5 hours away from Houston and MD Anderson's cancer treatment centers. Housing. Waco averages 48 times less than the national average for housing. Now I'm going to get some blowback, and I'm going to hear people say, yes, but the houses in Waco are run down. We have a little television show that was filmed out of here called Fixer Upper that has caused a boom in some of the homes that are of disrepair to become hot properties, hot commodities, and a lot of them are being renovated. The average home price in Waco runs about $125,000. If I get out into the county, that number increases to $189,000 on average, compared to a lot of places in the United States, such as California, where the average price of a home is upwards of $400,000, as well as here even in Texas. Austin, the city of Austin and Travis County, the average price is $390,000 currently. So Waco is a pretty cheap place to live and find affordable housing. Utilities in Waco are 3% less than the national average. Part of this is due to Texas having the power to choose. You can go online, search all the different electricity options, and choose the one that is right for your household, depending upon kilowatt hours. How do you want your electricity to be produced? Whether it be by all solar, all wind, all coal, a blend. But you can average out and sign a 6-month, 12-month, 18-month, 24-month contract to find the best deal for you and your family. That way you can reduce some of your utility cost, and it causes the cost of the utilities here in Texas to be lower. Our transportation costs here in Waco are 28% less than the national average. A lot of this is due to we really don't sit in traffic jams. Yes, at certain times during the day, you may experience a few red lights crossing town, like say at 5 o'clock. But most of the time, you can drive from point A to point B without slowing down, or at least, driving along with everyone else. You're not stuck sitting idling. You're also not having to live 15, 20, 30, 40 miles away from your job just to find affordable housing. Waco can be a great place, especially if you spend a lot of hours of your day sitting in traffic. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Anthony. The first and the biggest complaint I'm going to hear is going to be, but our property taxes here in Waco are high. Well, to some degree, I could understand how, especially if you've been in Texas your whole life, you would think that way. Texas, however, does not have a state income tax. Many of you know, if you don't live in Texas and you pay a state income tax, that if you add that to the property taxes that you're paying, you pay a lot more in taxes where you live compared to here in Waco. But let's also discuss property taxes. Upon a little research, the property tax here in Waco is 4.25% of the value of the home. Let's compare that to states like, let's say, Illinois, where I grew up. Illinois' property tax rate is 2.75. California, however, is in the 12% range. Let's add on that the state income tax. In California, if you make $50,000 a year as a family unit, and I'm just using $50,000 as an arbitrary number, you can multiply it out or extrapolate it however you need to, but if you make $50,000 in California of taxable income, you end up paying about $6,000 in income taxes. Let's add that to the property tax, and we've really got a lot more taxes in California. Same way with Illinois, where I grew up. That $50,000 income would cost you $2,100 in state income taxes. Add that to your property taxes, and you're going to pay more than what someone earning $50,000 and owning a home here in Waco is going to pay. So even on the subject of taxes, Waco could be considerably cheaper than wherever you are. If you're considering moving to Waco or the McLennan County area, please drop me a line. Check out below. I've included a relocation guide to give you more information about Waco and the surrounding areas. If you like my content, please consider clicking the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified each Monday as I put out new content.